Hey there guys, what is going on? We are trying something different out today. We're taking a step back from all the shooting with the guns and stuff in Modern Warfare, and we're taking a look at a game from my childhood that has been recently remastered, and that is the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I remember playing this game when I was a kid. Like, both of these games are absolutely fantastic, and I think the second one is like one of the highest rated video games of all time, let alone just sports games, like games in general. But basically, this is just a skateboarding game, a really fun one at that. If you are interested in knowing whether or not this is a fantastic game or not, you can probably tell by the title and just how most people are talking about this game. It is absolutely fantastic. But if you don't know, we're going to jump into some gameplay here and talk a little bit about it and go through all the things that make me love this game so much. So for the most part, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, if you've never played any of these games, is really just a combo generator. It's really simple, and it's just one of those games that is very easy to sort of get into and sort of hard to master at the same time. Like, if you see people play this game at a very high level, you will absolutely amazed at just how good they are at this particular game, and that's like just a goofy skateboarding game. There's some real skill that is required to play this very well, but for the most part, this is pretty much a game that anyone can enjoy, of course, especially when you're trying to get hit by a car. So why do I love this game so much? Well, as I said, from memory in my childhood, this is an absolute classic series. Like, so many of the games that were released like many years ago were very good. And more recently, I think Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 came out a little while ago, and it was pretty bad. Like, it was very bad. So a lot of people were very disappointed when that game came out and sort of didn't live up to the rest of the series, in which like these games are very good and that game was kind of bad. But from memory, I think it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 that I probably put the most time in. And I just remember little old me, I think probably 10-year-old Luke, was just chilling on the Alcatraz map, just like basically just sort of listening to like one song on repeat. I think it was TNT. Just one song on repeat, just skating forever, just having an absolute ball. And that's what makes me love these games so much. They're just really good fun. And for the most part, every single level you play on has a set of goals that you have to complete. And we're completing one right now, which is kind of tricky, but at the same time, not actually that hard, which we managed to just mess up there. So if you can see here, we do have goals to complete when we are here, which is a high score, actual better score, a better score than that, a combo score, and various different goals that are just sort of mini things to complete around the map. And they're really different most of the time. Like, there's different challenges across every single map. I think there'd probably be like 20 different parks total that you can go through. There's a lot of different variety in the maps, and there's a lot of fun to be had here for sure, of course. But if you've played these games before, you basically know what they're all about, and you probably already own this game. I think it's about $70 or your regional equivalent, so that's kind of pricey for a remaster, but I mean, it's an absolutely fantastic one at that. So definitely worth the price tag if you are considering it at all. So of course, what we're going to talk about next, the visuals. They look absolutely fantastic. Like, this game looks so very good compared to how it used to look. Like, I'll probably flash some screenshots up of the original game right now, but man, this game used to look like doo-doo. I mean, it was pretty groundbreaking for its time, but I mean, this game absolutely looks fantastic. This is probably how many people remember those games looking, but ah, man, you love to see stuff like this. Remasters looking absolutely perfect, man. I've only come across a couple of glitches and stuff like that. Stuff didn't look too crash hot sometimes, and I actually fell through the map on this particular map. Like, yeah, that was pretty funny. I'll see if I can recreate it later on, but like, this game is really good. Like, there's a lot of good things to say about this, and we'll talk about some of them other, but most of the time you're going to be riding around as a select skater. I think there's probably, what, 16 or 20 actual skaters, and that's a good decent amount. Like, a lot of people I don't actually know, but some of them I do recognize from the older games. They've brought back some of the older names. Of course, Tony Hawk, being the namesake of the game, is of course featured. Okay, we should land it here. No, okay. The idea we're trying to land is on that rail, so we've got to keep trying that. But yeah, for the most part, there's a good variety of skaters here that you might know if you're into this kind of thing, but I don't really know many of them. And you can also make your own guy. You can make your own guy or gal if you want to skate around and have an excellent time. There's also a create a park feature in which you can sort of put little jumps, little half pipes and stuff like that around various little maps and make your own sort of creative stuff, and that's really cool. I want to show off a particular one in a second, which we'll go into. If we do land this here, hopefully we can do it. He stuffed it up again. I'm trying to land on that pipe, but for the most part, these games look fantastic. Like, all the maps are great. Like, there's a lot of good things to say about this particular game, and especially when you're trying to get hit by a car. A lot of people enjoy these games for the amount of collectibles that you can get, and there's a lot of different stuff that you can get, like different boards, different grip tape, shirts, shoes, shorts, pants, whatever you want. You can Get so many different things in this game, and this will mean a lot to some of you to see like board brands and stuff like that on here that you recognize or even use in real life. But this doesn't mean an awful lot to me. I just like stuff that looks kind of cool, so that's all I'm really interested in. But there's a lot of depth here if you do know what you're sort of interested in. There's a lot of interesting stuff here and stuff that looks really, really cool. But as I said, there is a create a park function, and you can actually download other people's parks, and there's a roller coaster one, and I just love it so much. It's absolutely hilarious, and we're going to take a look at it right now. So, you're just walking around, minding your own business here. We're going to take the long way around. You're not supposed to grind on any of these and stuff. We're just waiting in the queue, making our time, and then we go bang. And look at this thing. This is going to make a very loud noise, and it's kind of unpleasant, but it's absolutely hilarious. I love this so much. Look at him go. Like, the creativity of some people, man, in these kind of things is absolutely excellent. Like, that's one of the reasons why people play these games, to just sort of make their own creations and make people enjoy what they've created. And this is absolutely fantastic. Like, the creativity here is absolutely excellent. Like, so very cool. One of the best things I've ever seen in this game. I've only, like, explored a couple of custom parks that other people have made, and this was one of the first ones I found. It's one of the highest rated, and it's just absolutely hilarious how cool this is. Just... like, look at this thing. You just skate around and just wait and hold down triangle. That's all I'm doing right now. And you just skate up this thing forever. It's absolutely fantastic. I love this so much. As you can see, like, look around and there's a lot of effort put into the environments here. These games look absolutely fantastic. Like, all remasters should look very, very good and definitely better than they were in the past. But man, this is something else. This is definitely one of those games where you're like, yep, this is why games should get remastered. Like, you look at other games in different sort of remasters and stuff like that, and you're like, well, it's kind of good, but yeah, it probably could have got left on the chopping block. But these games are just so good, and lots of people love these games previously, so definitely one to look out for if you are interested in it. For the most part, these games really do let you play however you want. Obviously, the idea is to go and do all the goals in each level, and that's sort of the point of the game, is to eventually complete all of them. But you can really just sort of enjoy yourself and have a good time, just sort of skating around, having a decent time, just sort of not really paying too much attention to what's going on, and just having a pretty good time in the levels, because there's an excellent variety here. Like, this is called Downhill Jam, and it's a classic one that a lot of people will remember. Basically, you're just in like a water drainage pipe, and you just got to go. It's very cool here. There's a drone following us around. That's what more could you ask for? Like, that's all you ask for, really. Like, that's pretty cool. And there is, of course, a lot of variety in some of the other maps. Like, there's a school, like, there's a different warehouse, like, there's more warehouses and stuff like that. Like, there is actual real variety here, and there's a lot of fun to be had on most of these maps. But the real challenge is getting all of these tasks done. So we can see that the high score we're looking for is 40,000, pro score 100,000, 6 score 200,000, high combo 20,000, valves we have to open, collect the skate loaders, 5 hard hats, the secret tape, Madonna the huge water hazard gap, and airwalk the hydrophobic gap. There is a lot of variety in the challenges to be had, and for the most part, a lot of people will spend a lot of time in this game just trying to collect all the stuff, get everything done, and so on. Like, as I said, there is a massive amount of content to be here. I think I've done about 41% of the first game, which I think is about 5 or 6 maps or so, and not even completing all of them at the same time. So that if you are interested in this game, there's a lot of content here for sure. If you're worried about spending $70 on something that's sort of not going to last you a long time, well, I wouldn't worry about that at all. There's a lot of content here. There's a lot of stuff to get done. There's a lot of things to do. And basically with the sort of creator park thing, there's pretty much endless content. And for the most part, if you're interested in this kind of thing at all, you can just have an excellent time just sort of skating around and sort of minding your own business and just chilling, really. Like, it's a very relaxing game, but it can be kind of stressful at the same time, depending on how you do want to play it. In terms of the actual level design and stuff like that, well, most of the levels are incredibly sort of intuitive. Like, it's very clear how the game wants you to do certain things, but it doesn't just like say, hey, this is exactly how you're supposed to do this. Like, it offers you a number of unique opportunities to do cool tricks and stuff like that on various different parts of most of the maps. Like, you can see that there's always going to be different loops and stuff like that here, but for the most part, it's really obvious of what you're supposed to do most of the time. Like, you'll just see certain stuff set up in a certain way in front of you, and you're like, yep, that's supposed to go into that. Which is supposed to go into the next grind, and then the next trick, and then the next jump, and sort of finished in an interesting way. So there's a lot of stuff to cover here. We're obviously not very good at this as we are talking and playing at the same time, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's good fun. Nice. Alright, so we're going to actually try and get something done here. We're going to do a decent little run here. We'll get a decent combo up, I think. And by that I mean just jump straight into the water. So, to continue your trick chain, you can do manuals and stuff like that, which is riding on sort of the nose or the tail of your skateboard and doing cool little tricks which you have to balance and stuff like that on. So we're actually going for a decent amount of score here. That was not ideal. If we had landed that, that would have been pretty cool though, but since we didn't, we did not do a great job there. Yeet! Oh, that was... that was gonna be cool, but we couldn't manage to pull it off there. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, when you're going for these big tricks and stuff like that, you got to give yourself time to land, and obviously you have to land straight, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it properly, so you should be able to land a couple more tricks here and do an okay job at getting a decent amount of score. But it's really all about landing that board straight and just having fun, like being creative, and that's sort of what this game's all about, letting you sort of do your own thing. Did we do it? We got the high score. 40,000 is pretty good. Alrighty, we are going to wrap it up there. So if you are interested in this game at all and you're looking at it being like, should I buy it? Well, if this video didn't convince you, well, you might have to wait until it's on sale or something like that. But if you are really passionate about this game and you're sort of sitting on the fence, just buy it, man. This game is excellent. It's exactly how you remember it, and it's even better than you probably remember it being, because this is absolutely fantastic style of skateboarding game. Like, it sort of fits the mold of that really arcadey style in which you just generate those combo points. There's, of course, more realistic skating games out there like that Skater XL, and then even Skate's more realistic than this stuff. But, I mean, it's just a great deal of fun from memory and just one of the best games I've ever played, in my opinion. Very, very fun here. If you do like this style of video and you want to see me talk about other games in this sort of style, make sure you do let me know. And thank you very much for watching this one. I will see you in the next sort of Shooter Man video probably, and I will see you there. Bye!